What's popping?
Yeah, not much, man. How you doing?
How long have you been shooting? First of all, let's introduce yourself.
Yeah.
What's your
Okay.
name?
My name's DJ Arvizo.
Sick.
Born and raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm 23 years old. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Nice.
I'm a white Mexican.
White Mexican.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're a white Mexican? Why do you classify that way?
Because I'm white, you know.
I respect that.
I'm a privilege, you know.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have the.
You really have the personality, just like my friend Mikey.
Oh, really?
Same
Mikey,
thing.
shout out Mikey.
Shout
man.
out Mikey,
You're an awesome
bro.
man already.
That's
I can
so
tell.
funny. Yeah, bro. How long you been shooting?
Yeah.
What do you like to shoot the
Yeah,
most?
yeah.
And then like, what's the thing you like? What gets you up in the morning?
Ooh, okay. So, those are three heavy questions. I've been shooting since, honestly, not my whole life, but I've been around it my whole life.
Okay.
You know, so my grandpa, he would record us on his camcorder, on his VHS.
Yeah.
He would literally like pull up to all the family parties and like, you know,
Just
vlog everything, bro. Just vlogging before vlogging was a thing,
yeah,
man. You know,
that's
and
funny.
big old camera, you know. So
Yeah.
he would just show up and do that. And, you know, kind of that really sparked my interest in it. Like, you know, what is that? What's a camera? You know, I was like 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
But then after that, my uncle was a media director at a church as well here in town.
Okay.
And
What
so,
church
like,
was it?
It was called Casa del Rey. Like,
Okay.
it's over there on Coors and I-40. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's like it's
In
by the
that spot.
Walmart,
I
yeah,
got
over there.
you.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
Hispanic. It was once the biggest Hispanic church in the state and
That's
everything.
crazy, yeah.
I don't know about now, but
Okay.
yeah. So that him doing that really opened up like that world for me,
Mhm.
and so seeing him do that week in and week out, you know, I got really curious, and you know, in high school is really when I got my first camera.
Okay.
And so high school, I like, you know, got
What
my
was your first
camera.
camera?
It was a Rebel T6i
Oh,
from
dude, the
Sam's
classic,
Club.
bro.
From Sam's
Classic,
Club,
the
bro.
Canon,
I had
bro.
saved up my birthday money. I was short like 50, 100 bucks. I asked my
Yeah.
parents like, yo, please, you know, I'm gonna get shoots. You know, I'm gonna do photo shoots. I'm gonna do everything. You know, just mad hyped. You know.
Yeah.
And so I picked that thing up from Sam's Club and you know just got to work, man.
That's
Started
fire.
shooting my homies' cars. You know, everybody had like.
You started with cars?
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Like they had like
crazy.
the 350Zs. You know, the Mustangs.
350Z,
Yeah, bro. That's how I saw it. I'm
yeah.
like, dang, that hits home, bro.
Uh-huh.
You know, and like yeah, bro. Like you know, that was kind of what got my first start into this thing, you know, just shooting the homies' cars in like the parking lots, you know, like making these hype 60-minute videos for
Yeah.
Instagram, you know, before TikTok was a thing.
Right.
You know, and
How
like,
old
so
were you at that point?
I
Like in
was
high
like
school, right?
17, yeah, 16, 17.
Okay, so like
yeah,
junior, like.
yeah. Like end of junior year, senior year.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I got into
Yeah.
photos first. So junior year I was doing like photography, you know,
Okay.
with the homies, just exploring like urban, like, you know, like what was it called? Abandoned places.
Yeah.
So like the rail yards, you know, there's like a abandoned not fish hut. It's like some type of like a boat like dump, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, they just
Boat
take
dump.
the boats. Yeah,
Boat
bro.
dump.
Yeah. They
Sick.
just take all the boat graveyard.
That
you
sounds
know?
like a sick place
Yeah,
to shoot. You'll have to let me know. That
everything.
sounds fire.
Yeah, it's right there on I don't know what it's on Second and somewhere downtown area. Like
Okay.
it's super up. I think it's private property. So I don't.
In the rail yard area though.
Yeah,
I got you.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we just started off doing that, and then from there it evolved into video. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
So
Cool.
it's been a journey, man.
Do you enjoy one or the other over another?
I think what keeps me busy, you know, but no, I think personally, I love video. You know,
Okay.
just the control that I might be a control freak. I don't know.
Maybe.
But,
It's possible, bro.
but in a good way, an artistic way. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
the control that we have to really push a story, push narrative with the sound, with the visuals, you
I
know,
see.
with the vibe, you know, the lighting and
Right,
everything. So
right.
I think I love video more than anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair
but
enough.
photos is cool.
Yeah,
you know, I love shooting some photos and stuff. So yeah, it's cool.
Photos hit differently for me. For
1,000%. Yeah.
I just think a photo is so powerful, especially you can put it on your wall and you just look at it and it's like.
And everyone interprets it differently.
Yeah,
you know, like
100%.
the story behind the photo may be different than what someone else sees.
Right.
You know, and I think that's the beauty
Right.
of what we do.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
1,000%.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro.
So-
So yeah, that's been like 5 years now since I really. I would call it started, you know, like
Gotcha.
5 years.
5
yeah.
years, that's
yeah,
sick.
bro, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Been a crazy road, man, especially like seeing everything evolve now with the short form content, with TikTok, and like, you know, everyone like knows how to do videos now. It's like,
Yeah,
dang,
bro.
no one was doing that back in
Nah.
2016, 17,
No.
bro.
Yeah.
Instagram was all photo, you know?
Crazy.
Yeah, so it's been a journey, man. I love it, and yeah, bro, I'm excited to see where it evolves to.
Nice.
Yeah. What was the other question?
Yeah, what gets you up in the morning?
What
The
gets
reason I
me up?
asked that question
Yeah.
too is because I saw there's like a video of Elon Musk and he's like,
Okay.
you got to be excited for the future. Like something has to like get you up in the morning.
Should I
was
say
like,
that exact same thing? Just to sound like you know.
sound exactly
just
like
kidding.
Elon?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Full send.
Okay, so what gets me up in the morning?
Like, do you wake up and you're like, I need to
Yeah.
get to work on this?
I think one is gratitude.
Gratitude.
You know, it's just
I respect that.
like not a lot of people have the opportunity to wake up in the circumstances that I am, that I'm in, you know.
Right.
And so just having a grateful heart and like, you know, just one, like operating from that gratitude, you're able to like, you know, just appreciate everything, you know, the small things. You know, I appreciate,
For sure.
you know, making my hot water for the tea and coffee in the mornings.
Do you like tea in the morning?
Yeah,
or
I
coffee?
love tea.
Either
in the morning,
one,
bro.
just...
Yeah, I'm more of if I need it, coffee.
Okay.
But I'm a big tea guy.
I see.
Yeah, dude, tea and wine.
That's your vibe. I can tell it's your vibe.
Really?
For sure. Just the way you dress.
Yeah, bro. Tea in the morning, wine in the night. You know, wind down. I love that.
Wind
bro.
down.
Yes, sir.
I got you. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, man.
I like coffee in the morning, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
But I love the way it tastes, bro. And I just bought an espresso machine. And I just,
Ooh,
like,
that's over, bro. You're gonna be
bro.
there every day.
It's fire. It's fire.
What's your favorite flavor, like?
I like a medium roast, like vanilla.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I like vanilla.
Yeah.
I like white chocolate.
White chocolate.
That's
like
my go-to.
White chocolate mocha type of thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Exactly.
Yeah. If I go to a coffee shop, it's always a mocha. That's what I always trying to get.
Mocha or lattes? I don't mind lattes.
Lattes are nice.
Yeah. What kind of milk?
Whole milk.
Whole milk.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm almond milk.
Almond milk.
Yes,
I like
sir.
almond milk, only if it's sweetened though.
Yeah, exactly.
My biggest downfall is sugar. It's bad. Put sugar in front of me, it's gone, bro.
No, it's
you know those big bags of Haribo, like gummy bears?
Yes, sir.
Whole day, one day, or a whole thing's gone.
Last night we had a game night with my family, and we made a big bowl of so we got fruit gushers, sour gummy worms,
sick.
the what was it, the gummy bears, and like the fruit roll-ups. And we put chamoy sauce.
Okay.
Chamoy.
What is that?
It's like how do I describe chamoy? How? It's like Mexican's barbecue sauce.
Okay.
You know, it's
Is
like a sweet. Yeah, it's more on the sweeter side, so it's not like a
Okay.
main dish. It's like this it's like a red.
It sounds like a syrup kind of.
Yeah, it's like a red sweet syrup that is
Okay.
a lot of on our candy. Yeah, so like I have to show you a picture. You know, just Google it, chamoy sauce.
Yeah, I will.
And then so we put that over it, just kind of put it on the candy and everything, and we got tahini. You know tahini, right? Tajin? No?
I mean, it sounds familiar, but like I couldn't tell you what it is.
Yeah, no, you're good. It's like red seasoning.
Okay.
It's like we put it on fruit.
I see.
Candy.
Is it like the Mexican candy? Like I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so like they have that in bottles. You know,
I
and
see.
of course at home we have to have a big bottle of that just on standby. You know,
Yeah.
so we got that, put it in the bowl on the bowl over the chamoy, and it just stuck on perfectly. And
That's sick.
bro, you have these like gushers that are just. It's
Yeah.
crazy, you know.
You guys
I
eat
have
the
to
whole-
make
did
some
you guys
for
eat the whole bowl?
Oh, easy.
Yeah?
5 seconds, bro.
All right.
There was like you have like 9 Mexican
big was the
kids,
bowl?
bro.
You have
it was
9?
big, like,
9
yeah. All my cousins were there.
Oh,
yeah,
cousins too. Okay,
Not
okay.
kids, you
Yeah,
know. They're
I
like
understand.
from 12 to like 22.
I see.
But we were all silver teeth kids, you know.
Yeah,
Like just freaking. They had like all my
Munching,
cousins that were
tapping.
there last night had like their whole front row all silver teeth, man. So as soon as I
That's
brought that
crazy.
bowl out, ooh, fiending
Yeah.
for it, man.
That's crazy.
But
How
no, it's
important
good.
are those moments with your family?
Oh man, I love moments like that. I think, you know, especially now, like recently, like we've gotten hit with like just a reality check. You know, one of my cousins on Christmas, he kind of was in an accident that really, you know, he survived and everything, but like it just was a huge reality check
Like,
for
shook
all
you
of
guys
us.
up a little
Yeah,
bit,
that like, you know, nothing's promised, man, and
Right.
like, you know, we're grateful that he's still here with us. You know, he's recovering daily, but like, you know, it just makes it more special, those moments. You know,
Yeah.
like family
Like
growing
getting-
up together and like just now where we're at now is like, you know, it's priceless. Really, those moments are priceless. And so
Yeah.
seeing like just everybody together, you know, like that's really another thing that wakes me up.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that gratitude and like just the family that we have around us, you know. That's what it is. We kind of stuck with them, you know,
No,
kind of,
I
you know,
respect
making
that.
the best of them.
Yeah. That reminds me of a
But
quote,
yeah.
and it says, I don't want to chop it up, so I'm going to try to keep
No,
it.
you good, you good.
Don't be sad that it happened, be grateful. Or don't be sad that it's over, be grateful that it happened.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just like, because you guys are all going to grow up and like, you know, but
Exactly.
like those moments
Yeah.
like really
Yeah,
stick
that
with you, so.
intentionality of trying to be in each other's lives.
Right.
You know, like how can we, you know, regardless of the crap and the BS that's going on in our life, you know, like
Right.
how can we fight to keep the people that we want around us in our life, you know, and that's for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
I have family that I consider family that's not even blood, you know. It's like
Right.
you just fight for those people and like,
Right.
you know, make time to cherish this short life with them. You know?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's
No
what it's all
doubt.
about, man.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
That brings me back to the gratitude thing because I work at UNM now, and so
Nice.
there's
What
like
do you do at UNM?
Institutional videographer.
Okay,
So I just shoot
yeah,
video. So it's
that's
been
awesome.
fun. Photos still
Dope,
better
bro.
though.
You can't ask for a better job than that. You said photos still better.
But like there's like we have monthly marketing meetings or weekly marketing meetings on Tuesdays, and so I always try to come in with like some energy, like we're gonna have an extravagant day, and they were like, oh, the youth, like you're so the youth, because I'm the youngest one there.
Youth.
I'm the youngest one there, and so
That's crazy.
but it just
Which is
kinda,
crazy
like,
for a UNM job, you know, like for a college job. Like, why is there not more people that
I mean,
look like
they're
us?
not. They're young. They're
Okay,
young,
okay,
but
yeah.
like I'm the youngest.
Makes
I'm
sense.
22.
Okay.
So
Okay. Oh, you're 22.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
heck
yeah. But it just kind of puts it in like perspective. It's like I don't know. Like every day is a good day.
Every day's
There's
a
gonna
good
be like
day.
2 bad days.
A
And
week.
it's gonna be like
By default,
like
you know.
right by default. There's like, but no, for not even a
Yeah,
week, but like 2
yeah.
bad days in like your whole life. Like
Mm.
there's gonna be like
Mhm.
the day my mom dies, like the day
Mhm.
my dad dies. Like those are gonna be the sad days.
The sad
And hopefully
days.
there's no more than that.
Yeah,
you know what I
literally.
mean?
Yeah.
But I think those are the days that like you just gotta cherish and be thankful that something terrible didn't happen that day.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
So
and like
that's
you
kind
know,
of how I keep
you never know
myself
when
in
that is.
touch.
Like you
No,
know, like
exactly.
we live such a not spontaneous, but like you know, we never know. You know, like it's such a random life. Anything could happen. And so you know, like you said, every day is a great day if I decide to make it a great day.
Right. Wake
You know,
up with that intentionality
wake
right
up with
away.
that mindset,
Yeah,
man. Like
that's
you know,
the
and
gratitude.
if you telling yourself like, dang, like I'm sad, like you know, today's gonna be a bad day, like you know,
Right.
kind of speaking that
Yeah.
into existence.
You're
type
already
thing.
putting it in your head.
Literally,
Mhm.
why you start off, you know, in the top of the morning with that mentality.
Right. Top of the morning. What's that
Top
song?
of the morning, top of the morning.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yes, sir.
Another thing that happens with me is
Yeah.
when someone says something, it reminds me of a
Oh,
song right
lyric
away, and
quick.
I just go right
I love
away.
that.
Yeah.
You have
Mostly
to sing
hip hop
it.
songs.
Yeah, you
Mostly
need to
hip-hop
you need to
songs.
rap it, bro. At that point, you
Yeah.
just have to let it out.
Do you pray in the morning?
I do. Yeah, I
Okay.
pray a lot actually, not just
Yeah,
in the morning.
yeah.
I pray a lot. You know, I like to say that I have a tag team relationship with God throughout the day.
Uh-huh.
You know, these are some long days, bro. You know,
Facts,
so
bro.
I love to invite him into anything that I'm doing.
Mm.
You know, if that's like for a shoot, if that's for you know, editing, for the you know type of like appearances like this. You know,
Yeah.
just like all right, God. You know, I need your help. You
Guide
know,
me.
yeah, guide me. You know,
Yeah.
pick me up in areas that I fall short. You know, it's like
Nice.
morning,
That's dope.
midday, end of night. You know, I'm thankful. You know, thankful for another day.
Yeah.
You know, thankful for if you give
That's
me another
awesome.
day tomorrow. So
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
That's
I like prayer, me, God, and prayer. You know, that's a trinity
Hand
right there,
in
man.
hand. Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
yes,
enough.
sir. What about you?
Yeah, I like to pray pretty much as often
Yeah.
as I can remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the morning I pray. Like I try to read Proverbs every day. My
Ooh, that's
pastor
nice.
Matt, he was
Yeah.
like, you read one
That's
proverb a
awesome.
day. And
A
it's like
proverb a
31
day keeps the
proverbs.
devil away,
yeah,
man.
so I've been trying to do that. And there's a lot of
Yeah.
wisdom.
That's awesome.
So it's really nice. So,
Yeah,
and
that's
like I like to
sick.
pray when I think something's like going bad or
Yeah.
get anxiety.
Yeah.
Just,
Anxiety, bro.
yeah,
Pray
just
the
kinda helps
anxiety
you.
away.
Yeah, it's like
dog.
Philippians like 3 something, and it's like
Yeah.
a verse about anxiety. It's really
Wow,
good.
that's
So.
awesome. Memorize that, bro. Every day.
Yeah, facts. And just like speak it whenever. Yeah.
Something I used to do when like with the warmer weather, you know. So now like getting like nice days like this really gets me excited because really I could get back to my routine. So in the summer last year I would spend a lot of time like waking up in the morning, getting my tea, you know, getting my
Yeah.
breakfast,
Real-
either toast or waffles, you know, the
Yeah.
Eggo waffles.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
I would eat those
Slap,
up.
bro.
Yes,
You like
sir.
to add syrup too, or you,
Oh,
okay,
absolutely,
butter,
bro.
butter,
No,
butter?
no butter, just
No
syrup.
butter.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
just
butter. A
syrup.
little bit healthy, you know, on my diet.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Respect.
But yeah, the syrup,
Uh-huh.
and then get my tea, and I
Nice.
like to take 2 books with me. So I have a little rooftop balcony, and that's really where I just kind of go up there and just
Nice. Is that
escape
in
everything.
LA or
No,
where
here.
is that? That is here.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
here.
yeah, here
Fire,
in
bro.
Albuquerque.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
my dad. I'm staying with my parents right now, but they have like
Nice.
a little rooftop balcony.
That's
go
sick,
up there,
bro.
bro. Just read,
That's
get
a
lost,
vibe.
and like you know, I always take the Bible with me
Uh-huh.
and like a book what I'm reading.
Yeah.
You know, so last year I read How to Think Like an Artist,
Okay.
and it kind of dissects like different artists throughout just the history of really art. You
Mm-hmm.
know, especially in the Renaissance era, and just like you know, it kind of it's a short biography about their lives, but also you know like how to adapt their way of thinking into like your modern time.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
So
it
like
makes
just
sense.
like the principle that Picasso you know learned and like you know just
Right.
stuff like that. You know, so
Yeah.
that was a really good book. But like you know that's something that's been like I'm itching to get back to. You know, like
Yeah.
come on son, like come on,
Mhm.
I need to get out there, bro.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
especially because like you know in the winter too we get pasty and white, bro. I need some sun,
Even
man.
I get dry skin, bro.
Yeah,
Alright,
bro. It's like,
yeah.
dang, we need some sun. I'm trying to get a
Uh-huh.
tan out here, man.
Yeah, for sure. That's
But
funny.
yeah,
That's sick.
bro.
So is that the most recent book you've read, or is there like one that
Yeah. I've read. So fun fact, I read my first book ever last year.
you really?
I've
I
never
respect
been a
that.
reader.
That's
I've
crazy.
never been
Me
a reader,
neither.
bro.
When you read, because I have this problem. When I read,
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about the last page I'm done reading. but I know I need to read.
Yeah.
But do you do that when you read?
Oh, I thought
yeah.
you like get stuck and like you try to force yourself to keep going,
Right.
but like you have to trust that like no, like hold on, I'm dissecting this page here.
Yeah.
You know, why is my
see.
intuition telling me to stay here?
Mm.
And so if that ever happens to me, I like to have a journal when I write or
I
when I
see.
read. You know,
yeah.
so whenever
like note down something that you think's
Mhm.
important.
Exactly, note
Right.
down everything. You know, note like if something I try to wait until like you're done reading, but like if something's just jumping at you, bro, you have to listen to that.
No, that's super good.
So highlight it, circle
100%.
it, write about it, because that thought, bro, thoughts come and go so
fast.
Literally,
bro.
like
if you don't write it down,
I think
dude,
thoughts are a
crazy.
spiritual thing, bro. Like
100%. I was talking to my friend Josh. I'm actually gonna talk with him next weekend.
Nice.
But we were having a conversation about like when you think God is telling you something, and he was like, if it just keeps like coming in your head, bro, like that's
bro,
a
where
God
is that
thing.
coming from? Exactly. You have to trust that that's like a little heavenly insight, bro.
And you really don't know where it comes from, so like it's,
might as well trust it, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
so whenever you have that during reading, write it down. Yeah. Just have a little journal there. That's what I do, at least. That's something that helped. But bro, like I said, I hated reading. Like last year was the first book I read, and it was a book. It was called Art in the Bible. So it really talks about like the non-religious side of the Bible.
I see.
Like not saying that like religion's bad or anything. I just think that religion has kind of perverted a true image of God to an extent. Which it has been since day one. Religion crucified Jesus.
It's
crazy.
Always been corrupt.
Exactly. Yeah. But this book really dissects like the importance of art and how God uses art to showcase His glory, showcase His beauty. It doesn't have to be like a religious story to it. God has many examples in the Bible where He uses art to like showcase, an image of Him, the beauty of Him, stuff like that. Yeah. So just reading that and like dissecting and like taking examples from the Bible and having the author talk about it was just really perspective growing and like and what I thought the Bible was like. No, bro, there's small details that they did that God ordered them to do. These small details that like gave glory to God just as much as people going in the streets and preaching His word and stuff. So that was my first book that I read.
Nice, and that was last year.
Yeah, last year.
That's crazy.
Don't judge me, man. Don't judge me.
I respect it.
Well, I read Diary of a Wimpy Kid growing up.
Yeah.
Those? Yeah, man. So I don't know if you count that, but
I'd count. It's still a book.
Yeah.
My biggest. I'm glad you read something like that. Yeah.
My biggest trouble growing up was just like people telling me to read something. I'm just like,
you don't want to listen.
Don't tell me to read, bro.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that I hated authority. It's just like, I don't want to read this book, bro. It's boring, So Spark Notes, everything.
Right, yeah. But I used to read the Percy Jackson books. It was the only thing I got into. It was the only thing. I was like 8th grade. I read like 6 of them or something.
Lightning Thief, right?
Yeah, Lightning Thief. Yeah, I don't even remember all of the names. Yeah, there's like a whole other series that came after those ones too, and I read like 2 of those. But that was the only series that I really got into. And then I got into audiobooks for a while. So I don't know if you know who Jordan Peterson is.
Jordan Peterson,
no. He's a clinical psychologist. He has like a bunch of different books, but it's
different readings and stuff.
Yeah, he has a book called 12 Rules of Life, and so it was really good. I listened to it. I didn't read it. So that was really dope. And then like I read a Gary V's book called 12 and a Half. So that was cool. Or I didn't read it. I listened to it. And then I went on a big podcast.
Is it Gary V?
Binge. Gary V.
Yeah. Is he reading it to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he branches off and he's like, I don't even want to read this. I need to speak about this. It was like such a Gary V thing to do.
Yeah, bro, that's amazing. I love that so much.
So I listened to that book, and then I got into podcasts a lot. Nice. And then I read a book called How to Gain Friends and Win Friends and Influence People. I don't know if you've heard of that book. It's a pretty famous book. That was a cool book about just like how to talk with people.
Yeah, talk and like learning the whole
just kind of how like people's minds work a little bit, trying to
psychology.
Yeah, a little bit. So that was cool. And then let's see. Now I'm reading a book called Language Intelligence. So it's about like metaphors and how you use certain words to like like if you want to like sell something to someone, how you should like word like what you're pitching, or like if you're trying to write a speech, like these are the like if you need
like the performance and like the demonstration of something.
So that's good. I'm almost done with it. I'm like 50 pages left, and that's the first book that I started actually taking notes with.
Okay,
So I went through. It was like chapter 1, and I was like, okay, these are the important things that I read from this.
Summary and everything.
Yeah. And so I find that helps a lot to remember. But then I can also I don't have to read the whole book again. I could just go back and be like, oh, these are the things that I remember. Thanks for the refresh.
We write down. That's why I love taking notes, bro. It's like, okay, what stood out to me in these chapters? Right. That's what stood out to me. That's honestly, I'm not gonna remember a whole book.
No,
I'm not
definitely not, bro.
But like,
and it's something that I find too is a lot of books. Like they tell you like what the information is, and then they just ramble about it, and they say the same thing over and over again.
Bro.
So that's something that bothers me too. I'm like, I'm just skimming through. It's like, this is the same thing as the last page, so I'll just flip it.
And I have a bad habit of like if it looks familiar or it like looks like repetitive, skip, bro.
Yeah. They have good examples too, but I try to like be as quick as I can. But,
do everything.
We're getting there.
So. No, books, bro. I definitely have grown in that area. As far as like reading books that that interest me.
Right.
You know, like, because before I was like, nah, I'm good with books. But now that I'm older, and started doing my own research and finding books that, like, I'm genuinely attracted to and, like, interested in, reading those has become a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bro. So, the journey continues, man,
Nice.
So reading more books.
What do you have in mind to read next?
So, right now, I'm finishing up another art book.
Okay.
It's called How Art Can Change Your Life. And so it talks about, again, like different painters. It's mainly painting because, the Renaissance was a huge painting movement and stuff. That was their medium back then.
Right.
And so it talks about, how like a lot of these artists portrayed the real world situations and feelings and like, how they use their circumstances to really deliver some of the greatest art the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
And so it really dissects like different artists, different paintings, how to dissect paintings and what they were trying to express and how to like adapt that to yourself, like the emotional side, like the psychology side and like, just kind of dissects everything about it, and so that's really just been hugely like inspiring to me, like what was DJ in the Renaissance period like, not me per se, but like someone that, so it's been a lot of fun. Nice. Other than that, bro, I want to read more like film theory books, like, just the history of film, kind of gain insight on that, but also like how to like write, like screenwriting books, all those kind of stuff, like more educational to really grow in areas that I'm weak in right now. I see. So I have this book called what was it? Save the Cat. I think it's called Save the Cat. It's like it's a famous screenwriting book, and like they kind of talk about that process and just try to learn from that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of right now. But as far as that, I don't know, bro. I might go back to Diary of a Wimpy Kid, bro. I feel like him this year again. So we'll see, man.
What do you? What's a skill that you want to improve on? Or actually, that's the wrong question.
Okay,
I want to ask a different question.
Okay. Ask me a different question.
You mentioned like screenwriting, and so to me, you kind of seem like a director.
Ooh,
I don't know why I get that vibe, but you kind of seem like a director. But I know you shoot a lot, and I know you just directed like your first little like music video as well.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself being more of like a shooter or more of like a director?
I think down the line, I definitely want to be a director.
What do you want to direct as well?
Movies, bro.
Movies.
Yeah, I love directing, like, I love directing music videos. I love directing, like, commercial spots, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think down the line, I would love to direct and write my own movies. Kind of like that Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele,
who else just wrote someone? I just saw someone. Damon Chazelle. He writes a lot of the stuff.
I'm not very familiar with directors, but
okay,
I know who Jordan Peele is.
Okay. You have to, bro. He's a goat.
Yeah.
Damon Chazelle, he's the director for La La Land.
Okay.
Babylon.
Got it. Pretty
Whiplash,
famous. It's really a shame that I didn't know that.
Nah, it's all good.
People tell me to watch Whiplash. I've never seen it.
Never
People say it's a
it?
goated movie.
So good, bro.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
That was really one of the first ones that like caught my attention. Still
Gotcha.
wasn't like sold, but La La Land really just changed everything for me.
Nice.
And also because Damon, he won Best Director at 32. He's the youngest ever.
That's
so
crazy.
like I'm like, all right, I got 9
I gotta
years.
beat that. Yeah,
that competitive
I
side.
respect that.
You know
It's
what I mean?
like friendly competition.
Yeah, exactly. But no, he's a go, bro. I respect the crap out of him. Go see Babylon if you haven't seen Babylon.
Babylon, I haven't seen it.
It's like
I need to have a list of movies to watch because I'm so bad at watching movies.
It's all good.
And I like Star Wars is like my thing,
Okay,
but yeah, Whiplash I need to watch that, and so Babylon us too. Okay,
yeah, Babylon. It's like it's more of like it's a Hollywood film, like an 80s Hollywood film, I think.
Right.
And like it's the story of when audio and sound was introduced into Hollywood. So you know how before it was all like, silent movies?
Right.
So like they show like the theaters, everyone's silent and they're watching like a silent film.
Is that a new movie?
It's newer. It came out like last year.
Okay.
I've seen it like 3 times.
Yeah.
But I think, and I don't know if it's still showing, but definitely check it out.
When you're watching movies, do you... I know I do this when I see pictures in movies and whatever, but like the way they shoot it, like are you paying attention to it?
Okay, the cinematography? Yeah, bro, that's my favorite part of everything.
Fair enough.
I think a movie like is make or break for me depending on stylistically how they shoot it. You could have a crazy story, but like if it doesn't look like if it doesn't look good visually,
it's like,
I'll just kind of be like turned off to it.
Yeah.
So,
fair
but
enough.
yeah, man, like I think I would love to be. Definitely a director, but of course, in this day and age, we have to do everything.
Right.
I'm the sound guy, the gaffer, the grip, and the shooter and the director. For now, exactly, for now. But the goal is to eventually, work with other people, work with local, talented people, and really get, a vision across and, make things happen and stuff.
Nice.
So, yeah, man, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What's your next, do you make goals for yourself? Like small goals, big goals?
Yeah.
Do you try to check them off?
I try to kind of, Cause bro, life has been like literally so, like just not disruptive, but just unpredictable.
Yeah.
You know, especially for me last year.
Something I've learned is
yeah,
like whatever your expectations are, it's probably gonna go the complete opposite direction.
1000%. That's why I don't want to jinx myself and write
sure.
something and like you know it goes all the other way. But at the same time, like you have to have vision.
Right.
You know, like so like I like to have, you know, short-term vision and like, okay, what's my next project? What am I doing? Long-term vision, you know, like what we're working for daily, you know, that mansion in Malibu, you know, retire my family. Like, you know, of course, like,
right,
you know,
everyone
like,
dreams that big.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you aim too high, then you aim too low. It's
exactly. Shoot for the moon and you hit the stars.
Yeah. I don't know who bar that is, or what that's from,
I
but I know it.
Somewhere, bro.
Yeah. And then you said you need a vision.
Somewhere.
There's a Logic song called Till the End, and he's like, I need a vision, can't see without.
There you go.
So I think that's
you gotta see it, bro. You gotta see it before anyone else sees it.
And then like Russ, he's like, I knew I was rich when I was broke.
And
I was like, that's kind of like a thing, because in my head, like I already made it. I don't know, bro.
I see everything. I see my house already, like you said, in the hills and you know in Malibu and stuff. Like I see everything, but so like seeing things unfold that like that kind of ties in that direction is like, oh shoot, it's surprising, but at the same time,
it's like,
bro, I've been seeing this. Yeah, I expected this.
Right.
Yeah, so it's that's that confidence we walk in. It's like I've been seeing things that you guys haven't seen yet. You know, so at this point, I'm just like not really proving to you guys because like you know. I don't need to prove to anyone, but it's like you guys are just seeing what I've seen in my head unfold in real time. You know, but I'm in the future.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen these things like, you know, since I was a kid. So seeing things come like that, it's like, we're slowly catching up. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I like to have like, you know, long-term vision, short-term goals, you know, but like definitely you need something that, like you said, is going to help wake you up and like motivate you daily. So yeah, man.
And I think another thing is like, I know I'm never going to get to where I want to be if I don't have the discipline. So
that's a huge thing.
I try so hard to keep like, it's hard too, man. Like it's such a struggle.
Discipline, I
think that's like if I could ask for like one thing, it's just like the discipline.
Bro, the discipline that like Jesus had.
Yeah,
imagine,
no,
like,
that's
the discipline
insane,
40,
dude.
like even for 40-day fast, like the discipline.
Shot, bro. I did a fast. My first fast I did at the beginning of this year for church, and it was like 5 days. And I did just. It's called the Daniel's fast. It's just like fruit and like you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And dude, that's so hard, bro. Like, and I lost like 5 pounds, bro. I made it, but I lost like 5 pounds.
You made
and like,
though. It's all that matters.
But 40 days with only water, bro. Buddy.
Only water.
So like being able to have that strength, and so that's like what you pray to, like pray for the strength.
The strength, the mental strength, because I think like more than anything, it's a mental game.
It is a mental game.
Like convincing yourself that hey. I have the discipline, you know, I need to block out the noise, you know, like how do, you know, LeBron James, what kind of discipline does he have, bro?
Yeah, bro, insane.
It's great. Like, he invests over $1 million into his body.
Yep.
That's why he's, what, 30, 36, 37?
38, I think.
38.
I think it's 38, yeah.
He's 38, putting up, you know, 30
Crazy
plus every
numbers,
game.
bro. He just hit the most played scoring. Yeah, he just passed
all
the
time.
Yeah,
He's the GOAT. Is he the GOAT or no?
I don't know. He's pretty crazy, though. I mean, he's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even watch basketball like that.
But you have to know.
But the most entertaining person to watch is Steph Curry.
Oh, 1,000%.
So I just like I don't even watch basketball, but sometimes I'll just throw on Steph Curry highlights.
That's it, bro. You just see that man.
It's crazy.
No look, bro. Just training everything.
Splash it. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I used to hoop a lot.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day. But
heck yeah, we're at or what for school? Or
I played for Sagebrush for a little bit, and when I was like a
yeah.
little kid, and I wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And then I like tried out for the basketball team, but I didn't make
Yeah.
it. I never really.
Yeah.
I was a Call of Duty player first of all.
Okay,
I used
so
to
they
run
catch
like
you in the
tournaments
arena,
and, like, Call of
bro.
Duty.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'll call out anyone right now.
Hey.
Call of Duty 1v1 me, bro. It ain't no shot. It ain't no shot.
$1,000 on the line.
Dude, I put it up, bro. I'm that confident, bro. I used to play Call of Duty.
Yeah,
like
what's your
crazy.
favorite?
Black Ops 2.
Black Ops
Everyone
2.
would.
PS3?
Everyone. PS3, yeah.
Oh,
I played
yes.
it PS3 and Xbox.
Yes.
but
Oh,
PS3.
you both.
Yeah,
You said
I
I
my PS3 broke and I
yeah.
bought an Xbox, and then I went back to my PS3.
Yeah, you need to, bro. Sony gang to that.
Sony gang, bro. Yes, sir. So
awesome.
yeah. So anyway, I played.
Yeah.
But I played basketball, and for a while I would go like every night, and I would go hoop, and I was
Nice. Just
a
the
hooper
parking
for a minute,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
But then it kind of died off, and like
Yeah.
I know that's not something I want to like stick with, but it's fun to just hoop around sometimes.
Yeah, it's for fun with the friends, you know.
Right.
You have the height, so you can flex on your
Yeah,
friends. and
facts,
stuff.
bro. Facts.
My favorite was a public parks that have like the shorter rim and just freaking dunking on
Go
everything.
yam on
bro.
your homies.
Yeah. I was like 12, 13
Yeah.
years old, just dunking on my little brother. Poor thing. He was
Yeah.
like 6, 7, you know, just trying to.
How old's your brother
keep up.
now?
Now he's 18.
18.
Yeah,
That's
so he's
crazy.
18, yeah.
I have a nephew. He's dude, 19, I think.
19
now,
years old. We're old, bro. We're getting
Yeah, bro.
old.
Yeah, so it's
We're
pretty
getting
wild.
our mid-20s.
It's pretty crazy.
excited.
So
Growing up's fun to me. Like,
It is fun.
You're kind of like
I like looking to the future because it's like I know I have to do it now, but I get so excited for the future that it motivates me even more to do things now.
Exactly.
Because I know the more I sacrifice now, the better it's going to be later.
There's no future without the work now. And like the work that I put in now determines, what my
it really
future
does
looks
determine.
Like I have a
It's
vision.
so serious.
It's crazy.
And I feel another thing I've been trying to like tap in a little bit more is like my actions really do they really do change the way the future is.
Everything.
Like, and for a long time, I was just like, oh, I can do whatever I want. Like, things are
Yeah.
just gonna happen how they are. But like, you really have control over like what you do and how that's gonna change as you grow.
Of course,
so.
you have like crazy stuff that only God could do, and like,
100%.
the rooms that He could take you and
Right,
everything. But He's
but
not
the steps
gonna
that you like God's gonna do His work, but you have to do your work too.
Yep, faith without works is dead.
Right.
And so
right.
like if I'm not taking the time to discipline myself and like gain the knowledge that I need to learn so that God could put me in these rooms,
right.
He's not gonna move me.
100%.
I got it. He's gonna He's gotta make sure that I'm ready to be moved.
Right.
That makes sense. And
Yeah.
so if we're not,
For sure.
that's our part. We're lazy, bro.
Exactly,
We gotta
bro.
do our part.
There's another verse in the Bible,
Yeah.
and it says I don't remember. I think it's a proverb, and it's like. Oh, dude, I don't even want to say it because I'm gonna chop it up. I wish I was better with
it's all
it.
good. It's all
I have
good.
a whole thing of quotes. I might have put it
I
in
love
here.
it.
Let
Bro,
me
check
find
it
it.
out.
Let me
Yeah,
find it.
real quick.
But yeah, bro. Some proverbs are kind of insane, bro. Like
They hit, huh?
Yeah, they hit, bro. And I'm like,
If I would
that's
tattoo all the verses that hit, my body would be covered.
Dude, 100%.
I thought about it. I'm like, I'm gonna just tattoo all the verses that I like.
No shot, bro. You'll be
No, I
fully
don't have
tatted.
space.
You'll know
I don't
no
have
more room,
space.
bro. Yeah. I don't even know where it is, but I'll have to
Summary.
prepare next
Spark
time.
notes it. Just spark notes it. What is it? How's it go,
It basically is saying like if you get lazy, like poverty is gonna come on you like weeds in the like fall or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like you can't trip up. Like you gotta stay locked in and you gotta like stay going.
killing
and
the
if you
weeds.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
That's crazy.
So,
It's a
and there's
crazy
another
analogy.
no, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So I wish I could have said it better, but
Man, I get it
it's
though.
fine,
It
yeah.
doesn't matter. The principle
Yeah.
came across.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all that matters.
And so there's like some interpretations of like the Bible and stuff, especially Jordan Peterson. He has a whole biblical series and like lecture
Really?
about like all of Genesis. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
But there's like a part after Adam and Eve like are doomed from the garden, and it's like there's like the soldiers with like the flaming swords, and he interpreted that as like you have to cut the bad parts of you off. Like you have to continue dying to keep growing. So you take all the bad parts off and like you cut it off as you're like growing. And so I wish I could say that better too.
No, that makes sense though.
Yeah,
It's like
so.
sometimes we want to leave a part of us that's growing a lot, but it's a weed.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a plant. Like
Right,
it's like
right.
it's meant to
Yeah.
like a thorn bush.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna hurt us more if we allow it to keep growing. And like that's a crazy analogy. I never heard about that. But
Yeah,
that's so
good.
true, man.
It's good. Yeah.
You have to die to live.
For sure. I honestly have a
Crazy.
whole list of quotes in here, so I'm
Really?
gonna just find one in here
Yeah,
that kind
bro,
of hits
yeah.
for a minute and
Go,
then kind of
just
go.
quick.
It's like a whole
quick
list.
rapid fire
a
quotes.
whole
Go.
list of just like whole
I
kind
love
of
that.
quotes.
I love that.
You know Corday?
Yes.
Okay, so
yeah.
there's another bar that he has.
Yeah, I love it. That man is.
I literally have so many different like quotes in here. But he says, I showed her I was insecure, she misunderstood it for pride. And so I feel like guys a lot of time will like try to flex or like be just like try to act like cooler than they are, act like they know more than they do, but it's really just an insecurity.
It is.
And
bro.
so I thought that was good because he shows the self-awareness that like he knew he was being insecure, but like she mistook it
for
like
pride.
For
Yeah. And so that like did he was that like a learning lesson for him? Like, hey, like
I think so.
You know, like I'm showcasing these things out of insecurity.
Right.
But like at the same time, like if I don't communicate that to my partner, to these girls, they're gonna take it like, he's toxic.
Dickhead.
Yeah, he's some dickhead. Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, like nah, like, and I think that comes for us, like on guys, like we have to get better at communicating, how we're feeling and stuff.
No doubt.
So many
That's
guys
something that
operate out of insecurity, bro.
For sure, bro.
Daily.
Not even just guys though, girls too.
Oh yeah, I think everybody's insecure.
Absolutely,
to an extent.
I think someone who's perfect, well, obviously it'd be Jesus, but like you would be 100% comfortable with everything that you do, and so
and that's nearly impossible,
that doesn't
bro.
happen, bro.
Everything from like, what am I gonna wear today? Like those are quick little insecurity issues.
Right.
But I think like as soon as we come to a point that like, okay, like I'm so secure in who I am, like my identity, and I base everything of what I do from that, then that kind of brings back like the tension of that insecurity. Like I'm more comfortable, speaking to you in front of the camera. I'm more comfortable in what I'm wearing. I'm more comfortable in what I do because it's a branch of who I am.
Right.
And getting to that spot of like just security in who you are and who God has made you to be, that's a whole new level of peace that takes hard work to get there, bro.
We're always striving for that too.
You have to slow down enough to just look at yourself in the mirror. You know, and like sometimes we don't want to do that because of pain and you know, whatever that's attached to that. But like sometimes feeling that pain now and like, you know, gaining a security of who you are is so much more fulfilling than anything you ever do in this life.
For sure.
You know, some people are tormented by insecurity. Like, bro, like...
Yep, and you can see it, too, though.
Yeah,
it's
you can
sad,
see
bro.
it. Sometimes you can't even see it.
It's a lot of pain.
Yeah,
a lot of times you can't see it.
A lot of guys who are operating with the chains and the
right,
flexing
but
everything.
like, but to me, that's like clear. It's a clear thing. Like, like they're not comfortable with themselves.
You don't need
completely.
Yeah,
like maybe
exactly.
in like, of course, people are comfortable in some aspects, but like, if you feel like
I love cars and jewelry, you know.
Yeah,
but, like,
right.
It's a sense of like when that's your identity.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Bro, like, why are you doing this? You know, that's not who you are.
Right.
You know, are you doing this because you love jewelry, or are you doing this because you know you love how jewelry changes like who you are in those sense.
Right.
You know, like,
right.
It's just like, nah, bro, like. Get you know who you are, man. You know,
right. Yeah.
And it's like I said, it takes a lot of work. Yeah, you're good.
Sorry,
you're good, bro. You're good.
We're still good on this side.
Hey, we're still good.
Okay.
Nice.
This one is lower than the other one.
Nice.
All right, now we're cherry.
Heck yeah.
The battery's actually about to die.
Cool. Yeah. Stop it.
I didn't even really get that many. I got like 2 questions in here, bro.
It's all good. Those others will stem from it.
So another question I have in here, it's kind of similar to like what gets you up in the morning, but like what's something that like marvels you? Like when you like something that you look at and you're like, wow, that is like it really marvels you. Is there anything like that for you? I know it's an interesting question. It's probably not something you ever really thought about.
Yeah, no, that's a good question though. Is it in a general sense? You want to like just?
Let's do it in like an artistic sense. Like, is there like you look at something, like say there's a movie and you just look at it and you're like, like the way they did this is just insane.
Yeah,
like you're kind of like in awe of it.
Got you. I think it's less of the technicalities behind it, but more of the feeling behind certain like the feeling behind frames is what I want to say. Like the feeling behind
like
the pictures.
Individual like
individual pictures like seeing how like
photographs
or like
a
frame of video.
Like I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think like the feeling like when we could feel like the emotion that the director and the crew is trying to convey, you know, we could actually feel that through the screen.
Like they actually like portrayed it and you feel it,
like perfectly. Like it's portrayed with the lighting, the music, the acting, like everybody.
That's something
play
that's
their part.
Crazy to me is like the way like music will like enhance.
Yes, bro.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I love music. We should talk about music for a second
Let's
too.
do it, bro.
I've been learning how to play the piano. So I'm taking a piano class at UNM.
You need to teach me when you learn.
Dude, we'll see. I need to pull it out next time. I'm learning Lose Yourself. Like, you know the beginning of Lose Yourself? Like, and then it goes, yeah, dude.
That's
and I know like every word of that song because I was like, Eminem's like my dude.
That's your guy.
Yeah, so in 6th grade, I grew up listening to country music. My parents always were country. And I still like country, but in 6th grade, my friend introduced me to Eminem. And the first song I listened to was The Way I Am. Like, I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so from there to like, I don't even know, like sophomore year of high school, Eminem, strictly Eminem.
Everything.
Like I didn't listen
That's
to
it.
anything else.
I love that so much.
I was like, bro, this is crazy.
Slim
Shady,
yes,
bro.
Sir.
And so he'll always be my favorite, I think.
That's awesome.
Because it just kind of like hit me in such a time of my life that it was just like so impactful for me. And not even in a sense of like, because he talks about some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah,
like there's some stuff I'm like, right, I'm not like gonna go like,
you didn't go into choice.
Exactly, bro. But I think I take from his experience and I learn from like what he's telling you, right? Like in what he's experienced. So not in a sense of like I'm gonna go do what he did.
But how can I adapt that to what I'm going through?
How can I perceive this and use it to help me? So
and I think that's the second thing that I was gonna say that marvels me. It's just like, you know, these storytellers, how I say this, the art of storytelling, how it's conveyed and portrayed so uniquely to the person who's receiving it.
I see.
That makes sense. So like exactly how you said, like you know, Eminem saying a story that is so true to him, but through that expression, through that authenticity, you're moved in a way, you know, across the country that, you know, is able to speak to you and what you've gone through. You know, it's like, you know, his expression and it is in a sense applying to like, you know, to what you've gone through in your own way though.
Right.
That makes sense. So like his intention.
I have an
is
exact
different.
like lyric I can pull.
Really?
So there's a song called Guts Over Fear. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
I don't think I have.
It's a banger, first of all. Absolutely. It's just I just think Eminem's a goat. But it goes This is for every kid whose all they ever did was dreamt one day of just getting accepted. I represent him or her, anyone similar.
Mm-hmm.
You are the reason that I made this song.
Mm-hmm.
And so like for me, like I didn't like, especially like the first 2 or 3 years of high school, I was like kind of just like I played Call of Duty, like I did my homework, but that was it. I didn't have a lot of friends. So it was like, this is for every kid who else they ever did was who's dreamt one day of just getting. I don't even know how you say that. But so it was like for me, it was like for a long time it was like insecurity. I was like, oh, I just want to have some friends. You know what I'm saying? And I always had like people there for me. But I don't know, it's just how my life was different. So that just hits so hard for me now. I'm like, dang, bro, like
someone out there in the world understands and kind of is paving a way for people that kind of are like us. Like I said, not that you're in Detroit and stuff, but like in your story, your situation, bro. Like I think that's beautiful. Yeah. That's the art of music, the art of films, of anything. It's just that storytelling so powerful that it shapes into the story that you needed to tell. That's kind of what I just love about this whole world of everything. I mean it's beautiful. Excuse me, sorry.
No, you're good. Do you have a favorite artist, rapper, musician, something that really hits for you? I know that's a hard question because I feel like
I'm sorry, bro.
No, you're good.
Dang. No, I'm just kidding. I'm good. Okay.
I feel like when people ask questions like "What's your favorite?" it's such like a bland question, right?
Like exactly what we talked about.
How are you gonna pick your favorite? But
I hate boxes, bro.
Yeah, but it's also like like what. It's like for me, I can easily say Eminem was like the one that like really hits for me. Yeah. So I don't know if you have one that like really hits for you. Maybe if it's not even like your favorite, because it's all like J. Cole. I love J. Cole. I love so many different people. But like, is there one person you think of that's like, dang, like this person, like this one song really like hits for me so differently?
Yeah. There is.
Okay.
But I can still feel it, so let me try.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
We good? Check. All right, we good.
check.
Sorry, yeah, bro.
Going back to Mikey, he would do something like that and then laugh the exact same way that you laugh, bro.
That's hilarious.
So
Mikey, we got a link, bro.
That's
Let
so
me know.
Funny, bro.
Nah, but I think for me, that one person that really opened up the doors to like, to hip hop, to just this culture, to like, everything that is in this world was Drake. Yeah, so he dropped Take Care, and then he what was the second one he dropped? I forget it every time. The blue one.
Dude, I don't even. Yeah, I know exactly the sky.
What's it called? It's gonna bug me. I'm sorry.
No, check it. I want to see if I can remember before you look at it.
It's so funny, bro. Drake. Is it
What a Time to Be? No, that's not. That's the one in the future, isn't it?
What's it called? Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same. Yeah.
Nothing was the same, and like literally. When that dropped...
So did you know Drake before this dropped?
No.
No, okay.
So I grew up in a really Christian household.
I see.
My parents were, Caleb Only, Toby Mac, Group 1 Crew, KJ52. That was my Eminem growing up. Like just these artists that were purely, just Christian radio. That's what I grew up listening to. Aside from that, I had an iPod in middle school. Yeah. That was, it was an orange iPod shuffle. No buttons. The tiny little ones, with the play and the 4 buttons across. I had that. Filled with Disney Channel, Nickelodeon theme song music. So SpongeBob, I had the fun song on there. I had the campfire song.
That's so crazy.
CAMPFIRESONG song. I know it, bro. Like, I had all these cartoon songs that really was all I was allowed to listen to, which I don't like, it might not have been any better at the time, but like I just had like all these Disney songs and everything that's really all I listened to when I was growing up because I couldn't listen to like, all this stuff without my parents getting mad. And so in high school, sophomore year, Nothing Was the Same came out. I listened to that, bro. Like, I just like, everyone was talking about it. You know? So like, what do you do in high school when everyone's talking about something? You get curious. Yeah, bro. I'm old enough. I had my phone. I had, like without my parents really knowing. So I would kind of listen to them and like, my privacy and stuff. And when I heard that album, I was like, yo, hip hop's dope. Like this is sick. Yeah, and so from that album, I kind of went back and did my own research. So that from that album, I listened to Take Care. Okay, and from Take Care, I heard the motto, and like that just like, yo, what is this? Why why has this been hidden from me all these years? And so I fell in love with it there and then, and that just opened up the world to like, I remember that song Forever they did with like
Eminem, Kanye,
everybody, bro. And then I heard Kanye on that, and so that's when I really like grew interest in Kanye. And so from Kanye, that's when I started listening to his stuff. I went back listened to all his old stuff, and then he dropped The Life of Pablo in 2016.
Life of Pablo was crazy. Ultralight Beam is my favorite song.
Oh, absolutely, bro. That whole album is insane. Yeah. And so when he dropped that was like, yo, I love this guy, you know. From
Yeah,
there was
for
really
sure.
when I went back and like, you know, just like was hyped to like hear all his older stuff too, you know, graduation, like everything, like, you know, just kind of did my own research
Right.
from that album. But Life of Pablo, I think, was one for me personally,
Uh-huh.
and then Nothing Was the Same for Drake.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That's fine.
I always go back and forth with those
Yeah.
two artists,
No,
bro.
that's
I know that they're
crazy.
compared a lot,
Nah.
but they're both, you know, mean something to me, and
Yeah.
like they both opened the doors to, you know, just to realize like, yo,
Mhm.
what was this hip hop culture, you know, what is,
Yeah.
you know, just this art of hip hop and music, bro. So
Nice.
yeah, those two. And then J. Cole, of course. J. Cole
course.
carried me, bro,
Yeah,
in sophomore year.
Forest Hills Drive? Or
Yes,
what?
sir.
Okay,
Forest
is that
Hills
your
Drive.
first Drake?
That's my
or
first J.
first,
Cole.
I mean,
Yeah,
J.
I'm
Cole?
a
Yeah.
little late to everything, bro.
I
but-
was a little late to J. Cole. I got put on
Yeah.
in Forest Hills Drive. I'm
Yeah,
Forest Hills
same.
Drive fan.
Yeah,
But Born
Forest-
Sinner is a crazy album, and like
Crazy. And I went back and listened to it after, but
yeah,
like I just
right.
didn't know.
But it's still there.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
you
still
check
there.
it out and then you
That's
go back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful that they make timeless music, bro. And so like
Right.
literally their older stuff is like still sounding good now.
For sure, bro.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
J. Cole,
for
those
sure.
are my top three. J. Cole, Drake,
Yeah,
Kanye, and then
uh,
Kendrick, of course,
Kendrick,
bro. Just
yeah,
Kendrick
for
and
sure.
J. Cole.
Such a
like,
crazy
it's
generation of
crazy,
like people,
bro.
dude.
It's insane, bro,
It's
what
so
they're able
crazy.
to do and like
Mhm.
how they were able to just really shape the culture in a new way. Because they grew up listening to who?
Like Tribe
Tupac,
Called Quest, yeah.
to Tribe
yeah.
Called Quest,
Uh-huh.
you know, Wu-Tang, Outkast,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, NWA, you
Mhm.
know, who else? Just all these like old school rappers that like,
Right.
you know, they were inspired by that, but at the
Mhm.
same time have their own stamp of identity on that.
Yeah.
That's so
It's
that's
crazy.
that's a crazy thing to
crazy.
me. You know, like how
Yeah.
could, you know,
Mhm.
Kung Fu Kenny do all this stuff that he did and then
Mhm.
make an album about therapy. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, bro.
amazing, bro. That's the
Mhm.
art. That's why we do this stuff. You know, it's the passion of evolving, the passion of keeping things alive. You know,
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
man.
for sure. That's so. It just
Yes,
makes me
sir.
smile, bro. I just can't. I don't know, man. It
Yeah,
just
man. You
makes
can
me
feel
smile.
it. You can feel the love for
Yeah,
it, bro. Because
you can.
I sense the same thing in you.
Mhm.
You love this thing. Eminem really helped, you know, shape your world in a whole new way.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
for
like,
sure.
and it gave us like a voice in places that like we didn't know we needed.
Mhm.
That makes sense, and like
Yeah.
I think that's why we're grateful for these artists and the art because you know it helped express ourselves and really find ourselves at the same time.
Mhm.
You know, like that's so beautiful to find something that is helping me show me who I am, but at the same time it's helping define who I am. You know,
Right.
and it's just kind of like using
Yeah,
it as a
hand in
tool
hand.
to
Yeah.
grow and evolve you know,
Mhm.
as the art itself is growing and evolving.
Right.
So yeah, bro, I love
Fire.
everything hip hop.
I remember the first. I wanted to. I've always been the person
Yeah.
to show things to my mom because
Okay.
I've always been like
yeah,
a little
yeah,
mama's boy.
yeah. I
Um,
love it.
But I remember like Spacebound. The
Mhm.
first time I heard the
Mhm.
song Spacebound, I was
Mhm.
like, "Mom, don't get mad at me, but listen to this." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Love is evil. Spell it backwards. I'll show you." And I was like, when I was in like 7th grade, and I was like, "Bro, spell it backwards, bro. Evil." So I showed it to my mom, and she was like, "Wow, like that's crazy."
That's like-
And, like,
yeah.
but she was like, "What is he listening
What is he
to?"
listening
I was
to?
like, but she kind of let me go, and so I'm
That's
thankful
good.
for that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
thankful
good.
for that.
That's awesome that she allowed you to grow. in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
bro, that's
So and now she
beautiful.
bumps Eminem. She's like,
I
"Oh,
love
Mr.
that,
Shady,
yeah.
please stand up." That's her favorite bar. That's her favorite bar, and I think
He
it's
said,
so funny.
knees weak, arms spaghetti.
Arms heavy, mom's spaghetti.
My spaghetti, son.
Yeah. So anyway.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
No,
So my mom
same,
rocks with
bro.
Eminem. My
That's
dad not
awesome.
so much. My dad's
Yeah.
like 82.
Okay.
So
okay,
he's old.
yeah.
He's a
Freaking
you know.
just
But that also.
country man.
Yeah. That also.
Yes,
Yeah. He grew
sir.
up on like a farm. Like he's that
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
So.
bro.
But it's so crazy to have like the different perspectives because
Mhm.
my mom's 61.
Yeah.
60. She'll be 62 in April.
62.
Yeah, so she'll be
That's
62.
awesome.
Yeah, my dad's 82 right now.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, so they're 20 years apart.
Mhm.
But like I'm 22.
Yeah.
I'm 60 years from my
Yeah.
dad. Like it's weird.
60 years from your
60 years. And
dad.
so like my dad like
That's
was alive when
interesting, I
like
bet.
nukes dropped.
Really?
Yeah, like
Wow.
insane. Dude,
So he lived
insane.
all that.
He was born in 1940. So it's crazy to
1940.
have that perspective of like my
Yeah,
dad and someone
yeah.
so it's not my grandpa like
No,
that's my
no, that's
dad.
my boss, bro. He made me.
Yeah, so at 60 years old. Yeah, bro. I don't know how it is. Yeah,
props,
dude.
father. You know, props to Dad Brandino.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But
That's awesome.
so anyway, those two
Yeah.
perspectives and like it's just kind of wild.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So
it's
it
a whole
it
new
helped
time.
shape me. Yeah. So I have like
100%.
3 generations of like information in my brain. And I'm
That's
like, I don't know what
crazy.
I'm doing, bro. I'm
That's
just figuring
beautiful,
it out,
though,
bro.
No, like a lot of people don't
Yeah.
even have any information in their brain.
Yeah.
You know? So I think like
Yeah,
you
fair enough.
collecting that, you know, and like
Yeah.
having that perspective to your advantage, like
Mhm.
it's kind of like a history lesson to you
It kind of is,
in
yeah.
person. You know,
Mhm.
like gaining those stories and like you know learning from him and seeing like the
Right.
principles that he learned growing up. Of
Mhm.
course, it's not going to translate copy
Not
paste.
entirely,
Exactly,
right? But you can take pieces.
Exactly.
Same way you take pieces from music
Everything.
or whatever else.
Exactly,
Yeah.
bro. Take pieces of the discipline. Take pieces of what he's learned, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful in itself, bro. Heck
sure.
yeah, I love that.
Crazy.
Yes, sir.
Let me think of something else.
Yeah, heck yeah.
This is what I need to come more prepared with.
You're
more.
good, man.
But I like
Yes,
the
sir.
way it just flows. Because it's not
bro.
forced. It's just,
not
we're just
forced.
chopping it
We're
up.
just chopping it up. And if
Yeah.
I don't feel the need, I'm the type to like, if I don't think I need to say anything, like I'm not gonna.
Well,
Okay, I'm forcing something,
Yeah.
like
I've been in conversations with a lot of people where I can tell they're like, what do I say? And so they just spit out something.
Yeah,
But something that really bothers me is like small talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's like weird. I don't know if it's weird,
Nah,
but
you're
like,
you're straight to the point.
I like, when
yeah.
someone like, or like if someone texts me and like, hey bro, like, how are you? And
You
I'm
don't
like,
care what he needs.
I know, bro. I'm like, what's up? Like, I don't even ask him back.
You don't even ask
Not
him.
in like a mean way either, but like
No,
I
but
just
don't waste my time.
Yeah, don't waste my time. Exactly. Like if you want to really like ask me what's up, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I get you.
But
like a check-in. I appreciate check-ins.
Yeah,
Like, I
I
like
definitely
friends that
appreciate
don't ask for anything.
Right.
Just like, hey, how are you? How you been thinking about
Yeah.
you? Like, that's more authentic than like, how are you?
Right.
Okay, cool. You free to shoot tomorrow? Like, no, if you're gonna pay me,
Yeah, no, for sure. So
Yeah.
in my sister, so I have technically 5 siblings. I have one
Nice.
full sister,
Okay.
and then I have a half sister on my mom's side and 3 half siblings on my dad's side.
Yeah.
My half sister on my mom's side, her name's Brandy.
Brandy.
Shout out Brandy.
Hey, shout out Brandy.
It's my dog. But she kind of opened up something up to me. Is like, don't have expectations for people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but even like with your friends, like, I think she told me the best relationships are like when there's no expectations.
Yeah.
Like you both just want like what's like best for each other. You know?
Yeah, the flow. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something I try. Like if I check up on someone, I'll be like, hey, bro, I hope you're doing good. Like have a great day.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I do. I don't be like, hey, how are you? Like I just tell them what I want them to know. And so I feel like maybe that's like a biased like, point of view that I have.
Yeah.
But because when someone texts me like, how are you? Like I expect them to
I'm
just
good.
ask me for something. So I don't want to like.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. What's up?
Yeah,
you know?
no.
So,
yeah.
but if you want to check in on me, just be like, hey man, like I hope you're
Thinking
you're
about
great.
your thoughts
Exactly.
first, and that'll give me a gauge of like how you're feeling. Which
Exactly.
That's smart.
Exactly.
No, that's genius.
I appreciate that all the time. So,
yes sir.
Yeah.
No small talk.
No.
If you're trying to sign his
bro,
DMs,
just-
no small talk. Just
Ask me
kidding.
something deep, bro, and I'll talk to you. On the spot. I love
Bro,
it.
why is that like a thing? Like I just feel like, what's it called? I've been saying a lot too. Like I prefer mental stimulation.
Yeah.
So much more than like a lot of like physical and like other stuff. Not saying I don't like physical stimulation. Like when it comes to like romantic side.
Yeah.
But like mental stimulation, bro, is like I think like. You gotta keep me like
For sure.
engaged. You gotta keep me
100%.
like the gears rolling because
Right.
if I'm bored and like we can't have a conversation
Yeah.
on like the what is it, the simulation, and like when we're all
Simulation.
gonna be reprogrammed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean like
I know what you mean though. Something deep that's like actually like.
I've never
Dang, you
thought
made me
about
think.
that.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
that's so cool to find like a partner, to find and friends. Like bro, like.
For sure.
Why is that not a priority nowadays?
Yeah,
like everything is so like.
That's a good
don't get me
thing.
wrong. Everybody wants different things, but like
Right.
I think it's.
Yeah, that's
It's
not what I want
cool
though. I
to,
don't
like-
want small talk, bro. I want you to ask me like what I think about Elon Musk trying to go to Mars or something.
Literally,
like, you know what
bro.
I mean? I'm just
Is
like,
Mark Zuckerberg human or not?
yeah, bro. Like, okay, what do you think about this? Or like tell me a
Yeah.
quote and ask me like how it makes me feel.
Yeah, or let's watch a movie, dissect it,
Right.
and like how did it translate to us? And,
Yeah.
like find common ground, like just stuff like that. It's like, yo, this is
Common ground.
Common
Find
ground.
common
There
ground.
you go. Shout out
bro.
common ground.
Shout out common ground. We're shouting everyone out
I
today.
love it.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
yeah, bro. I think listening to podcasts has helped me kind of like branch out and think about different things and then start to like note them down. And so I'm excited to
Formulate
keep
your own thoughts.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so and then if you want to read more because they're
Yeah.
talking about these things, I'm like that's so interesting, but why I know
Yeah.
literally nothing about it. So I'm gonna
Nothing.
now I gotta
You need to
read.
do the research.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Not imposer.
Right. Yeah, and that's something I think because I don't want to just regurgitate what I hear from other people.
1,000%. No,
So-
you have to form your own opinion.
Exactly.
And stuff like that.
Exactly.
Which in a yes man society is really hard to do.
That's something I get nervous of
Crazy.
too, because I'm like, I don't want to be a yes man. It's never something I wanted to be. But how do I not be it? Like,
Yeah.
how do I tell someone
Yeah.
that I think they could do something a different way without being like, oh, bro, that's wrong. You should do this. You know, but like just in a
Because
way
I'm just
that's
coming
like,
off of like cocky.
right, but just in a way they're like, oh, like have you thought about this? And so it's something I try to
Yeah.
work on.
Yeah.
Or like
It's
someone
all-
asks me for their opinion, like I'm not gonna tell you it's good if I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I think that's like that comes from like love. It's not like a side of like, nah, bro, that sucks. Do it this way. It's like, there's another quote.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have it.
You're good. Pull it out, man. The quote man.
But I have right here, love is not a feeling. It says love is like when you want something that, like when you really want something good for the other person.
It's not a feel-good feeling.
Right,
like
right.
Is
it's like if you
growth.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many like things that go into love, so it's different.
Oh,
But
so
I
much
think
things.
I think like if J. Cole has a bar too, and he's like, love is like when I want more for someone than I want for myself. And it's like that's crazy, bro. Like if that's true though, like if you put someone else over yourself, like you love them, yeah.
It's a mindset,
you know
bro.
what I mean?
Love is an action, not a feeling.
Yeah, and you can get feelings of love too, and like those are that's fine and dandy, but like it'll come and go.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
that's a little like the puppy love, like like those feelings.
Right.
Like that's like the little. Like that's a cherry on top,
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the foundation of love, and I think that's why a lot of like relationships don't work out, because the foundation of love isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a hollow eggshell.
Yeah.
They build the relationship on this hollow eggshell where love is all feeling and how they make me feel, and like the dopamine that comes with it.
But then you get the dopamine, they're like, oh, like well, maybe
but there's no
this
substance.
isn't what I want
Yeah,
anymore.
there's no substance in there that
Mm-hmm.
when that eggshell breaks, there's no foundation for them to build off of, that love of sacrifice, the art of, like you said, putting others before you.
Mm-hmm.
That's I feel like something that we got to get better as.
For sure.
Generation,
100%,
bro. But the
100%.
generation with commitment.
I think that's another thing that I've learned from like, well, I guess this has been an issue with, because my dad was like divorced.
Okay, yeah.
Well, technically he's still married, but they're not together, so it's weird, really weird. My mom's divorced like 3 times.
Got it.
Like, but I think it's a hard thing, and like people don't. I don't even know how to. I'm not as knowledgeable as I want to be about it, but it's like I wouldn't want to live my life with someone who's not like pushing me to be the best person I can be.
Of myself.
Yeah.
Every day.
And at this point, like I'm comfortable with like being completely alone as long as I'm growing. Like it doesn't like.
I push myself, so why do I need anybody else?
Right.
But at the same time, like on days that I'm down, I need someone who's gonna help me pick me up and see the sides of me that I don't even see. Sometimes we get so stuck that like we need someone to like, hey, pop, 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 get it together type stuff,
exactly.
and that's awesome. But hey, like like you said, for now, having those friends, having like that family, for now, it's cool. But at the end of the day, I think we should all aim to have someone who's gonna, like you said, strengthen us and bring out different perspectives of us. Because sometimes people will show us things about us that we don't like, but again, that's out of love.
Right.
If we don't love someone, when we love someone, we're giving them the opportunity to show us our ugly sides too, because that's how we change.
Right.
If not, we just want a bunch of yes men around us, and we don't really grow like that.
Yeah.
That's for anything, for leadership, for if like parents when they're raising kids, that like they just want to raise their identical clone. Like that's not love. You gotta let them grow how they grow.
Right.
And so
this might be a little like controversial. So
it's all good. I love it.
If it's weird, I just won't post it. But so I was listening to a Jordan Peterson podcast, and he's a little like right winging, like politically. But he's talking about like how like some clinics in California will like let a 15-year-old decide like they want to change their like body, right? And so I think it's interesting because like they're 15, right? And so, but to me, like the doctor says, oh, like the 15-year-old goes in, she's like, oh, like I think I'm a boy, and the person's just like a yes man, and they're like, oh yeah, great, you're a boy, let's do it. Yeah. But now the girl is like back, and she's like, I'm suing these people because I was 15. I didn't even know what I was doing.
Nothing. You're not even an adult.
Yeah, I didn't even know what I was doing, and now I made a decision that was so life-changing, and I can't even take it back.
Crazy.
And so I think in that sense, like yes man, like that was a yes man, right? That wasn't someone trying to set her straight. No, like, hey, maybe you should think about it. Like,
parents,
exactly.
Think,
so I think that's just so crazy to me, bro. Like, I couldn't even imagine being like
15. Imagine making life-changing decisions at 15. Bro, I would have been like off the grid.
Bro. That's crazy.
If someone would have allowed me to have the voice and like just the decision making that I have now at 15, I don't know where I'd be, bro.
Right.
I was such a I don't even know how to describe myself. Knucklehead, I guess you could say.
Knucklehead.
Dumbass,
yeah, bro. Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, when you're 15, you think you know, but you don't. You're working through it. You don't even know what's going on.
And like, and that applies to a lot of areas in life. Like like we have to have like those people that really help. Whenever we have that voice, like, okay, we want to do this thing, like, all right, let's
check it, or at least like pray about it or something, think about it, don't make these decisions so rashly and impulsively.
Exactly. Impulsive decisions are my weakness, bro.
Yeah,
I'll literally
very
wake
impulsive.
up and be like,
I want to do this. Yeah, bro.
It's on sale. Let's get it.
I do that too. I'm very impulsive. As I've matured, that's something I've learned to dial down a little bit. Like if I get like there was a car I wanted to buy and I was like, dang,
perfect.
It's perfect. I tested. I was like, bro, I'm gonna get it.
What car? What car?
It was a 911 Carrera, a
Nice.
Porsche. It was
Okay.
2006. So it's not. It was like
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted 40 for it. I was trying to get them to 35. They said no. I was like, all right, I don't
Dang
need
it.
And I would have bought it that day if they told me 35.
35. Jeez.
But
Probably
I'm
good
glad
if they didn't. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. So, but like, I had some level of self control there to not
Yeah.
like spend the extra like $4,000 on like the car because I mean I don't think I would have regretted it, but that's an investment
nice
that's like
car.
I don't know, bro. That's a big jump for me. So
Facts.
but-
Especially to maintain it and everything.
yeah, especially and so but then when I thought about it a little bit longer after I made the decision not to buy it, I was
Yeah.
like, dang, well maybe that wouldn't have been a good idea.
Mm.
Not that I would have regretted it, but like I would have really need to maintain this and take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have a hard
Finances.
time keeping all my
Yeah.
things in line.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I gonna do with this extra car that I need to keep straight too? So I think it takes some more discipline
Yeah, on
to
smaller
get to that,
stuff
and
to
smaller
get
stuff
there.
to take on a responsibility like that.
That's huge.
So,
Bro. That's
yeah.
so real.
Mhm.
Self control, bro, is the epitome of like our growth and
Yeah.
downfall.
But that's like
you know?
the human condition, bro. Like we want these like things so quick and like right away. It's like I want
we're a
the-
microwave generation, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Wi-Fi, you
Right.
know, all this stuff is like it's
Yeah.
an instant
Yeah.
satisfaction.
There's another. It's one of the chapters in that book I was telling you
Yeah.
about 12 Rules of Life.
Yeah.
It says do what's meaningful, not what's expedient. And so being
Mm.
expedient is just like going for the pleasure that's at hand, like
Yep.
right away, right?
Yep.
So, but it says if you want to have a fulfilling life, like do what's meaningful, not what's expedient.
Crazy.
And so it's such
That's
good
so good,
knowledge,
bro,
bro. And
yeah.
that's something that like comes in the Bible a lot because he talks about like
Yeah.
sacrifice and like being disciplined. And
Mhm.
so it
And
goes hand in
having-
hand.
Yeah, a long lasting fruit.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not here living a life that is like
Right.
I like to say this analogy that everything I cook is on the grill or is on the it's a slow when something like it's a slow burn like when
Yeah.
it boils in the crock pot so
Yeah.
it's a slow overnight burn.
Right.
Like I'm building my life as a slow burn
Yeah.
rather than like these microwave successes.
Mhm.
You know, because a lot of people want the quick hot
Right
pocket.
away,
You
right
know,
away.
yeah.
But that's something else too. Is like it won't last if it comes that quick, bro.
As
Nothing
fast as it comes, that's how fast
is
it's
gonna go. Yeah. So yeah, the longer you kind of brew it up in the crock pot, the better it's gonna be,
Yeah.
and the longer it's gonna last.
Like
you,
Three Little
so.
Pigs, bro. Only
Yeah.
spent a little bit more time building that house with brick.
Yeah,
but
bro, the
hey,
wolf when they came
yeah,
through like
he
that.
could knock him down,
Yeah,
dog. I'm just trying
yeah.
to build my house on bricks.
For
you know?
sure, dude. The foundation. Trying to build my house on bricks.
Brick,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a song that they play at church sometimes, and it
Yeah.
goes like, "Up on this rock, hell don't stand a
I've never heard it.
chance.
Wait.
This house is built to last."
Last.
Yeah. So that's how it goes.
Okay, that's it.
But anyway, so it kind of reminds me like,
Yeah.
like you're up on a rock, like it's built to last if you have that foundation.
Yeah.
So.
Jesus is my rock. God's my rock.
For
You know,
sure.
that's why
Yeah,
I'm
rooted
already set
in
in
it.
stone.
Yeah.
Because God is my rock. And, you know,
What are your core values as a human?
Shh, that's a crazy transition.
Yeah.
I love it.
What's the, what are
core
your
values
core
as
values
a human.
Like, what are the things?
Yeah, how
Like,
many? How
I'll,
many?
I'll give you 3, and I'll give you an
yeah.
example from what I'm saying, so maybe
Yeah.
it gives you a better idea of how to
Okay,
answer
yeah.
it. Like, humility,
Yes,
honesty,
Yep.
and like empathy.
I love that.
Those are like the 3 that I really sit in because
Yeah.
I think being honest, and it's proven itself in my life, is like
Yeah.
when I'm honest with people, like
Yeah.
they come back and they do things like
Yep.
I'm access to this space because I've been honest and like not like been a piece of
Yeah,
shit to the people that are
exactly.
lending me this.
Yeah.
Shout out David and Mikey.
David and Mikey.
So I think like to me like
Yeah.
not even just from hearing humility and be honest, like not even as like some cliche things, but like in real
True.
like in real life,
Yep.
like that's something that's really
Yep.
like proven itself to me.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
like the empathy, I think everyone's in pain, bro. So when
Mhm.
someone does something mean or bad, like it's just like you gotta feel and understand that
Yep.
that's an issue that they have, and like it's not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it is personal, but like
Yeah.
it's really
It's-
not personal.
Yeah,
You
they're
know, like
projecting at that point.
they're just projecting exactly, and
They
so
don't know
it's
how
like,
to heal that.
right.
that's why
And
they're
so
doing that.
when you're in those situations, treat people with
Mhm.
like love.
Yeah,
You know, and so
always.
I think, and that's something else that's like
Mhm.
shown itself in my life is when
Yeah.
you really understand someone and try to go down to their level.
Yeah.
It's not so bad, you know.
It's not.
And
yeah.
then like humility, like pride is said to be like the worst of the 7
downfall.
deadly sins. So
Yup.
I think rooting yourself in like humility and
Mhm.
just knowing like, oh, praise to
Yeah.
God, like those
Yeah.
are the things that keep you grounded and keep you from being like a douchebag, like narcissist. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Like big airhead, like
Exactly.
this loose touch of like
Right.
what's around you
Right.
and who you are. Yeah,
Yeah.
1,000%. That's
so
good.
to answer,
it was
I don't know if that-
humility,
humility, empathy, and honesty.
and honesty. Those are
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Dang,
So
how do
those-
I
yeah,
say it
I
without
don't-
biting off that?
No, I mean,
Those
but
are
if
good.
those are the same things for you, but if there's
yeah.
other ones, I'd be curious
yeah,
to know.
100%.
So.
I think straight off the bat, definitely love and compassion. You know, like I'm gonna put those in one. 'Cause
Right.
It's love and
And
compassion. You could have love for people, but like if you don't show that,
I see.
you're not really
I feel
portraying
like
to the
compassion
fullness.
is when I think of the word love, I think of so many different. It's like
Yeah.
it's like judgment, but not in like a way that's like, oh, like
Yeah.
they're wearing ugly, but like you gotta like keep them in line. So being like not being a yes man,
Yes.
but like having compassion as well, but
Yes.
also having like all these different like attributes that go into love. So love is not just one thing; it's so many different things
It's a
into one.
bundle of things, which
Yeah.
is kind of like honestly might be a little scapegoat for me, but I
Maybe.
think that's exactly
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But I think like it really dictates like how I want to live this life. It's like when I tell my friend like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, it's out of love.
Right.
But at the same time when I'm approaching the coffee, what is it, not the bartender, the barista, the barista, at Starbucks or wherever, like I'm approaching them with love and compassion.
Right.
I'm not gonna get
Exactly.
pissed off that my order is taking 5 minutes.
That's something that triggers me, bro. I was
Like,
I was talking to my mom and dad. Sorry to steer you from your
no,
what
you're
you're
good,
talking
you're
about,
good,
but
yeah.
there's a picture and it's after like it was in I forget what country it was. They just had a huge earthquake. I don't know if you
Turkey.
Turkey. Okay, yeah. A huge earthquake and there's this photo of like this sister.
Yeah.
Like with like a cinder block like wall on top of her with like her baby sister, and like what was happening during this picture is the girl was saying like, I'll be your servant, just please help us, like. And then my mind went straight to like, how can someone be mad that their Starbucks order is taking more than 5 minutes?
When there's
bro?
bigger
That's
things,
happening,
bro.
It's
Like that's just
it's
arrogance.
It's so arrogance, and so I try to control my like
Yeah.
emotion when that happens, but it really does like boil me a little bit, bro, because it's so frustrating.
All the Karens.
Dude, all the Karens, man. So.
Please don't be a Karen.
But that's just an insecurity that they have, and so
like,
like right back to it, it's like it's an empathy thing. It's like, okay, well,
Exactly.
there's something going on with them, so it's just
Which,
it all comes back.
How do I deflect that? But at the same time, like, hey, we need to tell them, like, yo, have some empathy for this.
Right.
It's not just because everyone has trauma.
Of course.
That's not like, oh, it's because I'm stressed. Everybody's stressed. They're stressed making your order.
Yeah, bro. For real, bro. They got 20 people in line, bro. Chill,
like,
bro.
relax.
Chill. I know you're late to work, but like, it's
you
all
know
good.
who I am. I don't care.
Yeah, bro. You're a human, bro.
Shop.
You're a
You're
human.
in my
That's who you
coffee shop.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're human. But like again, I think pride is what leads to that.
Right.
Pride and lack of self-awareness. So I think
Self-awareness
that's
is
I think that's
huge,
another one for me. So love and compassion.
Yeah.
One for me is self-awareness.
Yeah.
So I think that just has to. That translates in every area, I want to be self-aware in the leader that I am. I want to be self-aware in the son and the brother, and the husband one day. I want to be self-aware in just, what I'm doing. Because when we lose sight of self-awareness, that's when we start to like kind of, we get tunnel vision.
Right.
And I would hate to be focused on the mountaintop that I forget how to climb up there. That makes sense. So I think that self-awareness is really keeps me grounded.
Yeah.
And like, I love to promote how to honestly be aware of who you are at the time of the season, like in the current time. So love and compassion, self-awareness, and I'm gonna go with humility too.
Humility, yeah, big one for sure.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because love and compassion and like self-awareness, those are all huge ones, right? So going right along with like the three that I said, there's so many, right?
So many, bro.
So not to take it as like only those three, but
bro,
just as a collective,
There's so many.
There's so many.
There's honesty, like you said honesty. What else? Just rapid fire. What do you think of rapid fire?
Yeah, honesty. I don't even know, bro.
There's so many.
There's so many. I'm gonna look up the three. So the 7 opposites of like the 7 deadly sin.
Yeah. The opposite of that. Yeah.
The opposites, right? Because it's like the things that counteract those like
things.
kind of impulses.
1,000%. Self-control. I know it's like the fruits of the spirit.
Yeah.
Self-control. What's another one? Dang, I forgot them all.
The humility is the one for pride.
Okay.
I want to just die.
First batch of roses I want to throw is to my great friend. His name is Chase Eggenberger.
Okay.
He's on Instagram. He goes by Chase Creates. He's a graphic designer. He's a father now. He's a dear friend of mine. And that man, he's just been that person in my life that brings so much peace and like tranquility. And a father, because he's older than me, right? He's like a father figure type way, but also in like a older brother type way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like Chase.
Just
like,
someone you look up to.
Yeah, someone I look up to, bro. Like just how he thinks, with the wisdom. He inspires me a lot, and and just the conversations we've had have really just shaped who I am today. And it's just the guidance I didn't know I needed. The guidance I didn't want, bro. I'm a hard-headed homie. It takes a lot to like come into my space, but God knew what He was doing when He introduced me to Chase. And Chase, man, I'm grateful. I love you, bro. Thankful for everything. That. But yeah, bro, I love you, dog, and appreciate everything you've done for me and the conversation we've had, man. Love you, bro. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know what to do.
That's something Mikey would do, bro. That's so funny, dude. Oh my god.
But yeah, Chase.
So I know I cut out there at the end, but I hope you guys really liked it. The camera battery, unfortunately, was at like 2% at the end of that, so we had to cut it kind of soon, and then I didn't do a proper outro. So anyway, these are all things that will be tweaked as I go on. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you learned something, or you got some insight, or maybe something hit you that you were like, oh, are you related to something? I don't know, whatever it is. I hope you enjoyed the honest conversation. So thank you guys, and I'm excited to do more of these. So.